Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new interview session here at Commodity TV. And today we want to talk to Simon Popple, the owner and founder of Brookville Capital Newsletter and Investments. And good morning to London. Simon, how are you doing?
I'm very good. Lovely to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here on the show again. That's fantastic. We know each other several times from Minds and Money, where you were a judge also for the pitch battles, which is great. And I found that really interesting because I saw in your new newsletter edition, you are talking about Karora Resources, which is a new idea of you. Of course, we really like that because we interviewed Paul Hewitt a lot of times already on Karora. I'm a shareholder of the company too, so I thought it's appropriate really to talk about. And what's your take on Karora Resources?
Well, I mean, like you, I like it a lot, and so I invested as well. But there was really three main reasons why I did invest, and let me just briefly canter through those. The first is, they beat their guidance in 2020. Guidance was about 90,000 ounces. They produced 99.2 thousand ounces, so a comfortable beat in a difficult year on production, and they're looking to increase this to sort of over 200,000 ounces, and they're looking to do this at a low cost as well. So I like the production profile of them. That's sort of the first thing that sort of caught my eye. The second was that they did have quite a chunky net smelter royalty, which they've significantly reduced from 7.5% to 4.75%. So that's on the Beta Hunt project, which is really their kind of backbone. And I think this reduction in the royalty makes them a very attractive company. And I think the other thing that you need to bear in mind if you're looking at the company is the exploration potential, because obviously the royalty relates to Beta Hunt, but it's not all about Beta Hunt, and they've got several other projects that they're looking to move up their pipeline, like Spargos, Lake Cowan, and Sleuth. And so I think as these projects move forward, even though Beta Hunt is going to be the lion's share of feed for the mill at the moment, I think over time that is likely to reduce. And I think there's a lot to like about the company.
Yeah, and I think also on the exploration side they did extremely well. But before we come to that, as you said, they want to grow the production well over 200,000 ounces. On the one hand, they have already nice reserves of approximately 1.4 million ounces, and then they have measured and indicated 2.5 million ounces. And I think they want to update this next year already in the first half, as far as I know. And so that looks, from that perspective, already very positive. But you wrote in your newsletter also that they have like $30 million debt and approximately, let's call it $80 million, over $80 million in cash. So they are by now net debt free, but they have to invest a lot of money. I found it really interesting that you wrote there also, this all goes like, well, if gold stays, let's say, at the higher end of the price level, what we see today, but if gold goes down, there might be a problem for the investment. How do you come on that gold maybe go down and then Karora has a problem?
Well, I think it's, personally speaking, I think it's unlikely gold will go down. But what I actually like about them is they're unhedged, and so if gold does go up, and I am actually a gold bull, then I think they could do particularly well. There's quite a lot of companies out there that are hedged, and this isn't one of them. So given they've got a pretty modest amount of debt for the size of the company, and they are looking to expand quite quickly, providing the gold price holds up over the next sort of 12-18 months, I think they can deliver the costs of increasing the plant. I mean, what they're looking to do is ramp up the plant. I think it's from about 1.6 million tons per annum to about 2.5 million tons per annum. Yep. So, once that's done, and they've got a timeline in their presentation, which I think was about 2025 to get everything sort of nailed down. So that's probably the next 3 years. But obviously, the capital is likely to be spent in the next 2 years, or largely spent. I think that they could be a really interesting play if the gold price does really take off.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I could imagine also, because if we look at the 3-year consolidated guidance, sustaining capital and growth capital plus exploration, we are talking about, let's say in between something around $80 to $90 million per annum for 2022, 2023. Yeah. So if I do the mathematics now, let's say they are producing this year 120,000 ounces at cost around $1,000, and they make a gross margin before taxes, let's say, to be very, very conservative, of $700 per ounce, US dollars, by the way, then we are talking already about over $105 million in profits. So I think this is really achievable, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, that's why I'm really saying, the gold price needs to hold up. But I mean, if the gold price really takes off, I mean, that margin you're talking about and that cash generation could be even higher. And, the exploration and resource development of sort of 20 to 25 million is also meaningful. That's quite a lot of money going into the ground and development. And so, if that delivers more gold and, good exploration results, then you really do have a company that should be generating a lot of cash.
Absolutely. How do you rate the project pipeline, let's say in the longer term of Karora?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I mean, they've recently had some good results at Lake Cowan. Now it's very early days there, so that there's quite a lot to do in terms of finding out more about it. But I think if they can get a few of these assets, like Lake Cowan, sort of move them down their project pipeline towards development and ultimately operating, you've got a company that could have a really good long-term future. I mean, clearly there's a lot of risk there, because there is with any mining company, but I think the ingredients are there. It's just a matter of how it's all put together, and to make sure they're careful in terms of how they manage their capital. But so far they seem to know what they're doing.
Absolutely. So what is your, if you're allowed to say that, or let's say, what is your personal price target for the company, assuming a gold price around the $1,900, or let's say maximum 2,000?
I'm afraid I don't get into price targets.
Okay.
But I just look at the fundamentals. Here we've got a low cost producer looking to increase production, and I think that if the gold price holds up, and that is a huge caveat, but if the gold price holds up and goes higher, and they can keep these costs sort of around the $1,000 mark, you've got a really nice company.
Absolutely. How do you rate the danger of being taken over once they reach the 200,000 plus ounces?
I wouldn't really say it's a danger. I would view it as an opportunity. I mean, I think if they reach 200,000 200,000 ounces, then I think it'll put them on the radar of more companies. I think a lot depends on their exploration results in terms of what sort of premium a company will want to pay for them. But it would be a sort of a high caliber problem to have if someone wants to make an offer for them, because I think it would have to be significantly above whatever the prevailing share price is.
Fantastic. So thumbs up for Karora.
Absolutely.
Super, fantastic. Simon, thank you very much. It was a helpful insight here. And yeah, we want to watch Karora carefully. You are a shareholder. I am a shareholder. Even my wife is a shareholder. So fantastic. And I think Paul and the team are doing a great job here. And I must say, Paul is one of the few people in the mining business who delivered everything what he said, like we saw with Klondex. Super. Thank you very much. All the best to London and talk soon to you.
Look forward to it.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Simon Popple from Brookville Capital, and you heard it. A new idea is Karora Resources, cash-rich, cash-generating, profitable gold company producing this year. Yeah, the plan is around 120,000 ounces. We think this is absolutely achievable. The plan is to go within the next 2 to 3 years to over 200,000 ounces per year. We see it the same way. Karora is a great company to look at, so you should probably do so if you believe in gold, silver, and nickel. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.